Howdy, I'm CyberX with Outlandishly Crafted, and this is episode part 7 of the How to Make a Full Game Arcade Space Shooter in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. So today we're going to get right on it. We got to do a map so you can see I've already done some stuff in between the two, and I'm going to show you what I did real quick. So we are going to just open up this little fancy tool called MCC Tool Chest PE. And what that's going to do is that is going to open up our... Oh, goodness, we got all this stuff going. Okay, that's going to open up our world, the NBT data. And in the NBT data, we want to change this line right here. And the line is just flat world layers. So we're going to have, we have a flat map. And all we did is we changed the block that's generated to air for all of these. Okay, there's 3 of them. So we're just going to change them to air and say 1s for each of them. So instead of getting bedrock or getting any of that stuff, we're now just going to get, well, nothing. And then you're going to save it. Okay? And that is then going to give you a map with pretty much nothing. Now, if you had already opened the map and you have some crap in there, in that MCC, you can just go in and delete those chunks. So that's not a big deal. That's fine. You can do that. Now, something that I've done as well is I noticed that the block sensor isn't terribly accurate for when we're shooting stuff. It would work for one block type and then it wouldn't reset until you shot another block type. And so what I've done is we needed to set up just a really simple timer loop. So when you fire a gun, you shoot a bullet, and then there's a reload and a cooldown, and then you shoot a bullet, and there's a reload and cooldown. And so we're going to do the same thing. What we're doing is we've taken the block sensor, and we have it in these 2 groups. So we have block break sensor in a component group, and then we have the block sensor. And then in here, I have a timer, and that just resets this. So the block sensor detects a block break. It comes down here and adds the point for that type of block for that resource that we want. 2 points for stone, 1 point for grass. And then this guy adds this timer. The timer counts to 0.1 and then uses this add break to take itself out first. Remember, we always remove first and then we add in the block sensor again. So all we're doing is taking we have it there, we sent something, we take it out, we put in a timer, the timer goes, we take the timer out, we put this in. So in essence, like a switch or a door or a valve or a stoplight or whatever you want. It's just we're just swapping out a loop. It's triggered, and then we do it. And that just makes it to where every time we break a block, there's a 0.1 second delay. And then it's ready to detect another block being broken. The reason why normally we wouldn't have this in components as well, we'd only have it here. The problem is on player, the entity spawn is how you would normally add these groups. There is no entity spawn because they don't spawn, and so there's no good way to add in something into the component group other than a BPAC. But a lazy way to do it is just to use whatever the sensor is in the components, and then it'll just kind of be ignored when this is doing its thing, when it's added, removed. And it might even help a little in that 0.1 because it might trigger again. So it just gives us a little bit more in there on that side. Another thing that I did is to make it to where the particle, the bullet, in this case snow, blocks better. I removed the remove on hit. So I think the problem was sometimes it would break a block, sometimes it wouldn't because the remove on hit. And so what that does is it means that it doesn't kill itself now. It's still going to stay alive. And so what we need to do is we need to say, okay, well, if you hit something, you contact something, then I just want you to die. Okay? And then we also say, when you are born, add this life timer, and then just kill yourself between 1.5 and 3 seconds. So if you miss the target, the player shoots wildly off, and you don't hit anything, then after 3 seconds you just need to kill yourself. That's just how long your life is. We don't want you to kill yourself before 1.5 seconds because you're doing things, right? You could still hit something. And so there's just kind of a nice variable there. What that does then is it makes it to where it's now using this collision box, the 2's, and so it's not really 2, it's 2 divided by 1.4, but it makes that work much better so that we're getting a whole bunch of hits, and then we also get some fire in there too. So between those two changes, we're really getting a nice amount of breakage. We're getting our points are mostly getting counted. I'm not going to say everyone's getting counted because I can't have the block report back, and it's just as good as whatever the sensor and that timer are going to do. But as far as what it was, it feels really good. Like it feels like, we could probably just count how many blocks we had out there and do it that way at some point, but I don't really care. So the next problem is when we're playing in survival mode, which is what we would like the game to be played in, snowballs are, an item that's just used and disappears, which is a problem. So we're going to have to come up with a mechanism to replace the snowball. I think snowballs will end up being like a laser would be my goal. So we're going to have to come up with a way that they're unlimited, because I think I want these to just be, well, maybe these should be more of like the missile torpedo, since they are but you can just spam them though. It seemed pretty fun that they just go. And I don't know how much I really want to have like limited supply of some things. We'll have to think about that. Big stuff probably. But I think what I want to do is I want to make it to where if you have snowball in a slot, see, we'd have to lock it in that slot because you wouldn't want anything else to ever be in that slot. I guess that's fine. I was more thinking that people could swap out the items in the order that they want, but maybe we need to just lock those 2 or 3 items into the bar. So it'd be something like that where it's locked in, and then what we would do is we would say well, what, shoot, what we need, man, this is an interesting problem. I want them to be able to spam it, and I don't know if having, shoot, just having one will allow you to spam. So I'm going to say 16. Okay, so we're going to give you 16, and what we're going to do is we're going to say on a I was just thinking, can I change the snowball instead? I don't think I can. I think the best way to do this is a BPAC. So we're going to do a animation controller, and this is going to be unlimited ammo. And maybe this could be toggleable, you know? Who knows? Okay. So we have this, and we're going to say state checker, just like before. State checker. Default to me doesn't mean anything. And if we're doing animations, idle's great, but you still need to check what state you're on when you come into the game. So normally I try to have a state checker. So then we're going to have replace item. Okay. So on entry, we want to not do that. We want to do this guy, and we want to replace it with 16. And then we're going to do that through a transition into replace item, which we're going to always run right now because that's the only thing we're doing here. So we're going to run this. Okay. And then same problem, we're going to say transition back to state checker, and we're going to query are all animations finished. Okay. Just like last time, you're wondering, but what animation? So we put the animation in, and we're going to make up one. We're going to say timer, delay timer, and we're going to call this delay timer unlimited ammo. And we're going to say play. So we come in, we hit replace item, we replace the item, slot 0. We ask the animation to play itself. The animation plays itself. The transition says animation's finished. It goes back to the beginning, and we do a loop. Okay? Now we're going to create, or in essence, just duplicate. This is going to be unlimited ammo, delay timer, ammo, delay timer. We're going to copy the whole thing. 1 second for 16 is probably not fast enough, so we'll do it on a half. So now we're going to go into our player's brain, and in the player's brain, we're going to add in these things we just did. So we have the timer, ammo unlimited timer, and we have the unlimited ammo BP system, which is the animation controller. Then we're going to go in and we're going to fire off the animation controller, animation unlimited all the time. Now, one option we could do is only when that item's in the hand. However, how do you get it out of the hand if it replaces it, you know, every half a second? So this isn't a bad option. Maybe we could say query dot equipment get equip name equal Minecraft snowball. feel like we missed something, but I changed the name on that, of course. Okay, so this guy, because so just an issue I have. I mean, which do you make first? Do you stop right there and go make the animation and then put the name in, or do you just type a name in and then go make the animation? My problem is I get sidetracked and then I'll name the animation something different, blah blah blah. You know how it is. Okay, so we're gonna shoot. That didn't seem to work. Let's just do. I'm worried that that's not Minecraft. That it's just its name. Let's just see if it actually works first, and then I'll come back and add that in. Baby step it. There we go. So that's working. So, and it's working really fast. Might be too fast. So we need to say unlimited ammo if snowball. Maybe this is. It's. I swear it's different for each command, and there's two commands right now that do that. One's old and one's new, but the new one causes other like component error stuff, which is weird. Okay, so it's working. The question is now, if I clear it, does it come back? No. Okay, so if I give myself one snowball, I have 16 instantly, right? So if I take the snowball and I move it, oh, I can't move it because it's locked. Oh, shoot. So we need to not have it locked if we're still going to allow them to move it. Okay, hold on. So let's do snowball, and then it's just not locked. But it's normal. Okay, there we go. Because I really would like them to be in control of what weapons, especially if we have a lot. And maybe there's like upgrades, and the upgrades like it's Snowball 2 or Snowball 4 or whatever. I think it'd be nice if they could themselves. Okay, that seems to be working still. And now I can drag it out and it doesn't auto replenish. But as long as I have one, it auto replenishes. That does mean you can cheat the system. I could have it delete all of them from anywhere else. Snowballs just won't have any value is what will happen. You shoot them over here, then they go away. They don't auto replenish. They only auto replenish in this spot. Okay, I like it. I was also thinking, like if we put a shield in, then it would give you like the shielding or more shielding or maybe all the time shielding. We could do that versus just shift, and then we could have these spots could actually be armor, more armor for the ship. So like we could have like bridge main, and then like engines, and then landing and bottom gear. So I think that would work really well too. I'm holding it full down, and we're never getting below. Even if we had ticking issues, it should be pretty good. I see 2 blocks left there, 2 blocks there. Let's see if we get them. We got 3 total blocks left. 1. Oh, there's actually 4 blocks left. Nice. It looks pretty good. I'm going to have to change the shadow up now, though, since we're not going to have a ground and we're in space, but damn, this is so good. It's so good. Okay, so the question is next. What do we do next? I really think I want to work on. I think I want to remove the sun and the moons. We'll just take those out. So we'll just alpha them, or I don't know if maybe we just turn off. Maybe that's the better option, is we just turn those toggles off altogether and just say game rule, day, do day night cycle, and we'll just say false. And then if we set time set midnight, then it just always be that, and that actually works perfectly. And then we'll delete the moon and add the star skybox. So let me write that down. Star skybox, delete moon. There's no sun, so I think we're all fine there. And then the weather system's already off, so I don't think that matters. At some point, we do need to limit the player in their negative, we normally call it Z, but it's y-axis in here. So in their negative y-axis and their positive y-axis needs to have some limitation. I don't think there's actually a consequence to letting the player go too high or too low, though, overall. Okay, I think that's it for this episode. This has been, what are we on? Episode 7 of Making a Game Arcade Space Shooter. We got quite a bit done. I think the next episode I want to do maybe the skybox. Probably not. I think I actually want to start working on generation of just basic planets and systems and stuff out there. So we'll be working on that next. That'll be a big one. Alright, thanks for watching.